let's talk about that agreement that your agent sent over and said, sign this before we go see homes. What is it? Why sign it? And do you actually have to sign it? But first, cue the reel. This was me, Nurse Emily. And when COVID hit, I found out how important this was because it housed these people. My little circus. And maybe it housed my best friend too. I long for the days where I could be there for my children, whether that's because they're sick or because they're doing something fun, like a field trip. And of course, where there's a will, there's a way. And my best friend helped me find my way. And so now, this is me, your eXp Realtor. Okay, so quick story time. When my husband and I were doing our home search, our first realtor at the time sent us a document wanting us to sign it before we got started. We had no explanation of what this was and very little understanding of what we needed to do to buy a home. So we really felt like we were being locked in or like something shady was going on. So let's dive into why this may not be the case. Before we start, I need to give you the disclaimer that I am not an attorney, nor do I claim to be one. I am just your friendly Southern Maryland real estate agent trying to explain that I'm not being shady. I'm just following the brokerage rules and regulations. So, if you need an interpretation or an explanation of any legal documents other than what Google can provide, please consult one of those fantastic people. I'm sure they'd love to help. Let's move on to why we're here. The document called an exclusive buyer-tenant brokerage agreement. Emphasis on agreement. What does that mean? You are giving written consent to an individual brokerage and a particular agent to represent you as their client. And in Maryland, there's a document called Whom Real Estate Agents Represent. What that says is that agents who do not have an agreement with their client, such as this one, actually represent the seller's interest. It literally says if you are viewing a property and you have not signed a brokerage agreement, the agent represents the seller. So why sign it? For my clients, the reason is because my brokerage actually requires me to have it before opening doors. And I can't represent your interest and keep your information confidential unless I have your written permission to do so. So, do you actually have to sign it? In short, if you want to view properties, then yes. However, there is a place that has a release clause. So if you decide you want to wait a little bit longer, just give your notice, and that's it. Don't forget how important it is to always read before you sign. Okay, so now you've heard it. Get that agreement signed and start booking those showings because the best is yet to come.